Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video.
So we're heading to the south of France, a region that has a reputation for being on the glitzy side. Places like Saint-Tropez or playing poker in Monaco's Monte Carlo, but it's not everything. There are plenty of quaint towns and villages where you won't get the hustle and bustle of mass tourism. So let's take a look at 12 beautiful places to visit in the south of France. With one of the most photogenic of Provence's towns, Gordes is worth visiting for at least a day, or better yet, as a base while exploring the Luberon region. It's a honey-coloured town that clings to the foothills of the Vaucluse Plateau. Of course, it has a great selection of restaurants, shops, local artisans and their little trinkets that they sell, and all these elements make it quite a desirable destination. But it's for this very reason that we choose to base ourselves right here, because it gives us a time to explore the many villages and hamlets that pepper the provincial countryside, as well as soak up that wonderful ambience of a very traditional town, without all the day visitors. Number 2, we head to Roussillon. Situated in the Luberon, at the foothills of the Mont de Vaucluse, the village of Roussillon is surrounded by a beautiful countryside. Now in France, it's considered as one of the most impressive villages. And yes, it's true, Provence has no shortage of those charming villages. But Roussillon still manages to stand out from the many of those pretty hillside towns. And this is largely thanks to that unique colour. You see, traditional ochre is used throughout the village, and that's the colours that you are seeing, providing heat and sun resistance to those sun-soaked houses. And the result provides a very colourful place. So overall, the village has no particular historical monuments. However, you can't miss a hilltop village in the Luberon region, especially for its colourful facades.
Now, number 3 is a great little trip to go on, and one of the advantages is its geographical location. Mineur is positioned right on a rocky cliff at the junction of two rivers, the Brane and the Cesse, and it creates the impression of a peninsula. So the houses are perched on the cliff's edge, and when seen from above, it appears to be suspended in space. So it's no surprise that Mineur is listed as one of the most beautiful villages in France. So I suggest you just stroll around the town, and you may even notice remnants of its eventful history. You can see a tall medieval tower made of stone, the Candela, which is still standing. It once belonged to the castle, and there's even a few ruined ramparts to admire. Number 4, Carcassonne. So this is another hilltop city in the southern section of France. It's actually quite a popular destination, thanks to the many medieval structures. Now, there are plenty of places to visit while you are in this city, and I highly recommend that you do choose this destination. And one to consider is the Cité de Carcassonne. It's situated high on a hill, and the castle features over 52 towers. Now, there are guided tours that can be taken of its interior, where you'll be able to view more of its breathtaking architecture. So this is actually also a great family day out. So if you do prefer to spend some time enjoying the great outdoors, then Carcassonne contains part of a long canal that flows through the city, and it's a great place to go boating or cycling. But a highlight here is the charming stone bridge, as well as the two impressive natural tunnels carved by rivers. Number 5. Paul de Vence is one of the most beautiful medieval walled cities that you can visit on a day trip from Nice. With views over the French Riviera and the mountains of Provence, I guarantee you will be very pleased with your choice. So the village is not so famous for its countless tourist attractions, purely because it's a great attraction in itself. Along the way you will pass charming little galleries, shops, restaurants, and plenty of art studios. One of the more often photographed attractions is the impressive fountain, which you'll find in the Old Town. And at the highest point in the village, there was once a castle, but unfortunately today it's only a small building. But overall, it's probably one of the loveliest of all the perched villages that you'll find in the south of France. Let's be real here, it was a magnet for artists and art lovers since the 1920s. Number 6. Arles. Arles is a beautiful hilltop village in the south of France, and it's just between Monaco and Nice. Famous for its spectacular views, its impressive architecture, and stunning geographical location, which is above the French Riviera, about 1,400 feet above sea level. Now, walking the streets of this town feels like you're back in the Middle Ages, but be prepared to walk uphill quite a lot, and then down the hill on the way back. So in this little town, you do need good walking shoes, believe me. But I recommend you take bus 82 or 112 from the last time I visited. Number 7. Nice. I guess this destination is pretty much what everyone thinks of when they think of the south of France. Long, spacious squares that make it one of the best places to visit in this region, especially if you're flying in and out of its airport. And it's a great gateway city to the wider south of France region, purely because of the airport. So I can guarantee you won't be feeling bored at all. But you would come to this particular destination for that beach life, the stunning medieval old town, and some pretty delicious French food. But once you're here, don't forget to visit the gardens, which are beautiful, the Russian Orthodox Cathedral, and visit Magnan Beach for some of that chill time. But there are plenty of tours that you can book from Nice, especially taking day trips down the French Riviera. And for me, what I like about this city is that you can pack so many other destinations on the same trip. Which brings us to number 8, Menton. This is located just on the east side of Nice, rightly known as the Pearl of France. So the town of Menton stands on the tip of the French Riviera, not so far away from the Italian border. A very sunny place that enjoys an exceptionally mild climate. Menton is like a garden town, covered with magnificent Mediterranean plant life, thriving all over the area. So you can continue your tour along the colourful streets where the facades are painted in shades of pink, pale yellow and cream, and your steps will naturally lead you to the old town. And nothing beats a stroll along the French Riviera. So this may seem like more of the chilled side compared to Nice, slightly quieter seaside village. Another gem that you should put on your list for a visit to south of France is a medieval village in the Ardes region, Saint-Montan. So picture cobblestone streets, ancient stone buildings, and a magnificent castle ruin overlooking the river. So get ready for some breathtaking views, because Saint-Montan sits high on a rocky outcrop, and it treats you to panoramic views of the rolling countryside, far away from the hustle and bustle. So yes, you need to climb a bit, but trust me, the scenery is worth every step. So don't forget comfortable shoes. Trust me, those medieval pathways are not as smooth as they used to be. But it's not about history here. This village is a gateway to other outdoor adventures, especially the famous Ardes River, the gorges, and the fields of lavender nearby. Number 10 takes us down on the beautiful Mediterranean coast in the port of Marseille. Dating back to 600 BC, if you happen to travel, then you will officially be visiting the oldest city in France. In fact, its colourful past has helped it make it what it is today, and you will even discover hints of the city's life as an ancient Greek port, if you look hard enough. Now Marseille has quite a checkered reputation, but I guarantee you it's definitely one of the most interesting cities to visit in France. But don't forget to visit Le Panier, or the Palace of Pharaoh, with its garden and the old port. It's totally beautiful, and if you want to go anywhere else on a day trip, then make sure you visit the rugged coastline of Calanque. And this is another stunning medieval walled town, on a small hill overlooking the river valley, only 30 kilometers north of Lyon, and listed as among the most beautiful villages of France. A superb fortified village, incredibly well preserved, and you'll be amazed to discover that its 15th century church resembles a fortress. So the village is very small, you can visit it in about 3 hours, and basically it's a wonderful day trip opportunity from Lyon. Finally, number 12, a city on the Rhône River in the Provence region of southern France. It's famous for its short but memorable association with Vincent van Gogh. And he only spent 18 months, yet during this time he produced some of the most famous paintings of landscapes and real life in and around Arles. So this city is regarded as the heart of Provence. Beautiful 18th and 19th century mansion houses and old Roman buildings. Now it can get busy in the summer and it's probably one of the busiest on this list. Pavement cafes and restaurants are full with people, and I went in late March and it was still very busy. But it only takes about 20 minutes to walk from one side of Arles to the other.